Kellogg's Pep, the super delicious cereal, presents The Adventures of Superman.
Faster than a speeding bullet. More powerful than a locomotive. Able to leap tall buildings at a single bound. Look, up in the sky. It's a bird. It's a plane. It's Superman.
Yes, it's Superman, and today, as the Man of Steel undertakes a gigantic task in the North Atlantic, Jimmy Olsen, Poco, and their Eskimo friends stand in great need of his help. We'll learn why in a moment. But right now, let's look in on a discussion between Dan McCullough and Eddie.
Say, Eddie, how many Pep model planes did you say you had?
I've got 5, Dan. 3 American and 2 British.
Well, that ought to be enough. Now, I'd like to test you on a couple of questions, Eddie, and see if you've really been studying those models.
Well, jeepers, Dan, I don't know if I can give you all the technical stuff.
Oh, don't worry, Ed. These are mostly observation questions.
Oh.
Now, are American planes marked with a blue star on a white circle or a white star on a blue circle? Think hard.
Well, golly, I don't... Yes, I do know. It's a white star on a blue circle. I remember noticing it on my Pep model of a Liberator bomber.
Good for you, Eddie. Now, how about trying this one? Does the rudder of an American plane carry any marking?
The rudder? Well, there are insignia on the wings and the fuselage, but I don't think there are any on the rudder.
Right again, Eddie. You must have studied those Pep model planes pretty closely.
Well, I tell you, Danny, I'm trying to learn as much about aviation as I can, and, well, those Pep plane models sure are a swell help.
You bet they are. And, gang, have you been studying your Pep model planes? Remember, there's a swell-colored cardboard model right inside every single package of super delicious Kellogg's Pep. And on the back of each model are lots of valuable pointers on how to spot it. Now, there are 14 different models you can get altogether. 4 British, 2 Russian, and 8 American ones. And best of all, you don't have to send in a single penny for any of them, not even a box top. There's a plain model right inside every single Pep package. Gang, be sure your mother gets you a package of those golden, delicious whole wheat flakes tomorrow. See which model plane you find inside. And remember the name, Pep, P-E-P. Pep is made by Kellogg's in Battle Creek.
And now, The Adventures of Superman. When Jimmy Olsen and Poco, the little man who speaks in rhyme, flew from Metropolis in Poco's space shell, they crashed near the North Pole, where they were captured and condemned to die by German soldiers who had a secret garrison there. Meanwhile, tracing the space shell to the vicinity of Iceland, Superman was forced to postpone his search in order to combat a new and mysterious menace to our troop convoys. As we continue now, in one of the igloos within the snow-walled compound of the German garrison, Jimmy and his Eskimo friend Utak see a Nazi corporal coming to escort them to their execution. While Poco, exhausted, lies asleep on the snow couch, Jimmy and Utak resolve on a desperate plan. Listen.
Now hear me, Jim Olsen. We must lure the evil Kabloonie into the igloo, out of sight of the other evil one.
Well, how are we going to do that, Utak?
Moana, I do not know. But we must think quickly.
Gosh, Look, if we act scared, if we say we won't come out...
Naka, he will call others to help.
Well, maybe not. He's got a gun and he knows we haven't.
Come out, Eskimo, and the 2 Americans.
Should I try it, Utak?
Hey, it is too late to do anything else.
Come out, I say.
Okay, here goes. What do you want?
I want you. Your time has come.
You mean you're going to shoot us?
Oh, no. I wish to give you the fearless iron court for bravery.
Oh, friend Jim?
Be quiet, Poco.
But what is...
Quiet, I said.
Come out quickly, or it will go the worst with all of you.
And nothing doing. You said before you were going to shoot us when the sun goes down, and it's going down now.
Oh, dear. I feared it.
Silence, that one.
Till you come out, or must I come in to kick you out like scared dogs?
We do not wish to die.
That's right. We didn't do anything.
No. Then I will come in for you.
Good. He crawls in. I will throw myself on him. You, Jim Olsen, seize his gun.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Jim, my friend, this is the end.
Will you pipe down, Poco?
Oh, this I will kick you every step of the way to the firing spot.
Now, Jim Olsen, now. Oh, stand still. Do not fire the gun, or I will strangle you. Jim Olsen, his gun. Take it.
I can't get it out of his hands. I did what I could. Now he'll be good.
Oh, attaboy, Poco. You threw a strike with that pot.
Hey, that one did well. Now, I have the German's gun. Come, let us go.
Hey, wait. We just can't walk out of here. The others will see us.
Of course they will. We'd better lie still.
Oh, we can't do that either. Corporal was supposed to bring us to the firing squad. When he doesn't show up, they'll all come over here.
If only we could reach the far igloo where my sister Nulia is. And then the dog sled just beyond.
Wish for the moon. You'll get it as soon.
I have the...
One gun against all of theirs. Wait. I know. Utak, you're about the same size as this Nazi. Get his uniform jacket and hat on. Hurry up. Get that jacket and hat on. Then you can march Poco and me out of here, as if you're taking us to the firing squad.
Hey, you have a wise head, Jim Olsen.
If all is sad and dangerous, too. They're sure to see us, and then we'll be through.
Well, we're through anyhow, aren't we?
Why, yes, I must confess.
Well, and what can we lose? Hurry up, Utak.
One moment. I must bind this evil one.
Yeah.
Oh.
You better gag him, too, in case he comes to before we're away.
Hey.
Wait, I'll help you.
Oh, hurry, hurry.
That's right. Stick his sweater in his mouth. There. That's it. Come on now.
You, fat one, crawl out first.
I like this knot. I'm sure we'll be shot.
Now you, Jim Olsen.
Okay. Oh, wait, Utak. Put that fur collar up around your face.
Hey, let us go, quickly.
Well, so far so good. Now, where did you say your sister was?
At the last igloo on this side of the snow wall.
Okay. Come on, Poco. Walk behind us with the gun, Utak.
My head goes round and my pulses pound.
Those Germans are looking right at us.
Let us walk faster.
Knock on. Walk as you do, lest they suspect.
Yeah. Utak's right, Poco. My feet sure want to run. Utak, look. That igloo to our right. Someone's at the entrance, watching us.
I see him, too. Now what do we do?
Have no fear. It's one of the old ones. And the evil Germans have imprisoned. All these igloos were built as jails for my people.
Oh.
We approach the igloo now where Julia is.
That one just ahead?
Hey, I will call her. And she will march with you if I take her also to the firing squad, behind the evil one's igloo pack.
Oh, then what?
I will tell you at the time. But now, stop. Julia!
Oh, what's keeping her?
Julia! It is I, Utak.
Oh, misery. Where can she be?
Julia!
Holy smokes, not so loud.
See, friend James, the Germans look. Now surely they'll get us on the hook.
No, they turned away. Oh, boy, here she comes.
Utak, what do you do in the evil one's uniform?
So loud, Nulia.
Ask no questions, Julia. Walk with our Kabluna friends to the wall.
What, Utak?
We seek to escape from the evil ones. Walk straight to where the wall turns.
Come on, Nulia.
How can we escape? It is madness.
The wall is low, not as high as our shoulders. And on the other side of the wall are the dogs and sleds.
You mean we're going to climb over the snow wall?
Hey, and very swiftly before we can be fired upon by the evil one's guns.
But even if we reach the sleds, the evil ones will hunt us down in their planes and then torture us, as they did others of our people.
Oh, sorrow. Oh, woe.
Better to take that chance than be stood up against a wall and shot, isn't it, Nulia?
Hey, but
We come to the wall. Now, when I say so, run suddenly and cast yourself over.
Okay, but... Hey, wait. Poco's pretty short. The wall is as high as his head.
So I have forgotten. But I will help him.
Thank you, my newfound friend. This is
This is
indeed...
no time for poetry, Poco.
Now there, over the wall.
Oh,
Poco fell. Here, I'll help you, Poco.
Quick, Jim Olsen, up with him.
Uh-oh. Quick, the Nazi saw it. Hey, gosh, you're heavy,
I'm
Poco.
too fat and the wall's too high. Save yourselves and let me die.
Nothing doing. Up you go.
Hurry! Let's see.
How do you do it? Do, up. Julia, the sleds and dogs.
Stop over now, Poco. We're over. Come. Utak, what's the matter? Get up.
The evil one bullet struck me in the leg.
Oh, gosh. Oh, Poco, give me a hand with
I
him.
will indeed, yes.
Knocker, lead me and save yourself.
What are you talking about? Come on, Poco.
there are no sleds. What will we do? Utak, what happened?
He was shot in the leg.
Run, lead me.
Leave you nothing. Grab his feet, Poco.
Yes?
Hurry up. The Germans will be here in a minute.
Where can we go? There's nothing but snow.
The sleds were taken away. I said to you it was madness to try to escape.
I guess you were right, Nulia.
I slipped at the wall. I'm to blame for it all.
No, you're not. There are no sleds. We couldn't have escaped anyhow.
Do not move, or you die at once.
All hope gone now. Jimmy, Poco, and the two Eskimos raise their hands in surrender as the triumphant Nazis, guns in hand, scale the snow wall and surround them. We'll return in a moment for the climax of today's episode. And now, back to the adventures of Superman. As Jimmy Olsen and Poco were recaptured by the Germans, Superman has returned to the American base on Iceland after many hours over the stormy North Atlantic. He is talking to Vice Admiral Edward Martin outside an airplane hangar. A large iceberg looms on the snowy ground beside them.
So our hunch was right, Superman. These icebergs are the Nazis' new secret weapon.
Yes, Admiral. I saw and smashed about a dozen of these in the sea. They were all like this sample I brought you. A great charge of explosive inside the ice, and then this trailing mechanism.
Which attracts the iceberg to a ship.
That's right.
This is the most fiendish thing I've ever seen in my life.
Uh-huh. And
I
what's
can
more?
see how they drill holes in the ice and set the TNT charges in them, but where do these icebergs come from?
Well, they seem to come from the north. I didn't take time to try to trace their source. I wanted to make sure there weren't any left in our convoy lane.
They come from the north, you say?
That's what I think. It's my hunch that the Nazis, or Japs, whichever they are exploding the frozen sea, and then setting their death traps in the icebergs and letting them float down here into our convoy lane.
Superman, we've got to find a source and smash it. You've saved one great convoy tonight, but we've got others coming through. Ships with wounded men. They're returning through these waters to America.
Well, I'm going to take care of that right now, Admiral.
I'll send planes to help you. Storm's letting up.
Good. Suppose you let your planes hunt for the icebergs that are drifting down here all the time. And if they'll attend to that, I'll trail them to their source.
Well, you'll have to go pretty far north before you come to frozen sea.
I'll go all the way to the North Pole if necessary. I want to finish this job tonight. And then see if I can find Jimmy Olsen and Poco. Though I may be too late for them. Well, so long, Admiral.
Goodbye, and, by the way, Superman.
Yes?
What happened to Clark Kent? I haven't been able to find him.
Oh, Kent's all right. I'll be seeing you.
Good luck, Superman.
Up, and away!
Leaping from the snowy turf like some great red and blue bird, the Man of Steel heads north over the stormy Atlantic, unaware that the strange chain of circumstances he follows holds a startling climax for him and for Jimmy Olsen and Poco, who at this moment are only a scant breath from eternity. There are surprises and thrills ahead, so don't miss tomorrow's exciting episode. Tune in, same time, same station, and follow The Adventures of Superman.
And now, The Adventures of Superman. When Jimmy Olsen and Poco crashed in Poco's space shell near the North Pole, they were condemned to die by Nazi soldiers who had established a mysterious garrison there. Trailing his friends, Superman arrived at Iceland, where he was forced to postpone his search while he tracked down a new enemy menace, icebergs filled with explosives which were drifting into our North Atlantic convoy lanes. Observing that the icebergs were coming from the north, the Man of Steel streaked away to find their source, unaware that Jimmy and Poco and their Eskimo friends Utak and Nulia have just been recaptured by the Nazis after a desperate attempt to escape. As we continue now, Jimmy and Poco, numb with cold, have been brought before Colonel von Gerson in the latter's office.
So, my stupid American friends, you thought you could escape.
Go ahead and laugh. But if Utak hadn't been shot in the leg when he and I were getting Poco over the wall...
I'm to blame. I could die for shame.
Oh, forget it, Poco. It was a tough break, that's all. Anyway, the dog sleds weren't on the other side of the wall where Utak thought they were.
How unfortunate, Olsen. And how unfortunate, too, that your rocket ship was empty of fuel.
Yeah, you're telling me.
Your rocket ship is interesting. Most interesting. Particularly the revolving shell. As if it had been designed to create friction whilst flying through space. Of course, we know that spatial travel is as yet impossible.
No,
Pipe down.
But your rocket ship presents interesting possibilities. Who knows? It may even help us to defeat you in the next war, if we do not learn how to use it in this.
There isn't going to be another war with Germany.
You think not?
I know it. When we lick you this time, you're going to stay licked.
Do not talk so big. You have not yet defeated us.
It won't be long now. The Russians are almost in Berlin, and our armies are closing in from the west.
But in another week or two, after I have sunk hundreds more of your ships and drowned tens of thousands of your troops, you will beg us to make peace.
After you've sunk... Say, what are you talking about?
It sounds strange. His mind is deranged.
What's that?
An explosion, as we've heard before. I've counted now at least a score.
There it goes again.
Yeah, Olsen, and that means many more icebergs filled with explosives We'll follow the currents into the lanes of your great convoys and destroy them.
What?
Yeah, our new secret weapon which will turn the tide of the war for us.
Well, you're crazy. Icebergs don't have explosives.
They have when we drill holes in them and set the explosives in, together with a mechanism which will attract the iceberg to a ship.
But, leaping lizards. So that's what you're doing up here.
We are indeed. And now say to me that we Germans are defeated. Say it.
Oh, sure, I'll say it 10 times over.
But not for long. The firing squad awaits you in the compound.
Oh, sorrow. Oh, woe.
I would come out to personally bid you farewell, but the severe cold depresses me.
You're a villain. You will pay, if not tomorrow, then another day.
Ah, this pleases me. Nothing makes me so happy as to see an American die.
You dirty Nazi.
There go more cargoes of death for your countrymen. But enough of talk. The Eskimos have been assembled. They will see first you two Americans perish, and then Utak and Nulia, who conspired with you.
Oh, but I tell you, Utak and Nulia didn't conspire with us.
Silence! I say they did. This will teach the other Eskimos how useless is any resistance to us. I will open the door for you so you may see the firing squad.
Wait a minute. Now listen, Colonel.
You wish to beg for mercy, Olson?
No, I don't. Come on, Poco.
Pleading's no good. His heart is wood.
Not wood. Iron. We Germans are made of iron. You hear that? And we are made of ice and dynamite, too. Go to your death, Schweinhoden.
I guess this is it, Poco.
Yes, my friend, we've reached the end.
Goodbye, Americans. May the devil greet you.
Stepping out into the bitter Arctic cold, Jimmy and Poco march across the snow-packed compound to where the Nazi firing squad awaits them. And meanwhile, hurtling northward above the sea, Superman scans all below him.
Ah, there's another iceberg filled with explosives. Down and smash it. Down! That does it. Now, up into the north again. Away! I ought to be somewhere near where those icebergs start from. Not much open sea left. Up ahead is frozen solid, so... Uh-oh, what's that? Working on the ice. They're dynamiting the frozen sea. And there's another crew. Drilling the icebergs and filling them with explosives. Oh, the end of the trail at last. Faster! Now they're going to get a surprise. Wait a minute. What's that farther ahead in that big snow yard? German soldiers. A firing squad. Quick, stop. That's Jim and Poco in front of that firing squad. Faster! Faster! Now, down and grab them. Down!
Swooping down from the sky, Superman snatches Jimmy and Poco to safety even as the Nazi guns roar. Then, setting them down a mile away, he leaves them too stunned for speech and streaks back to teach the amazed Germans in the compound a grim lesson. Several hours later, once more in his guise of the mild-mannered Clark Kent, he enters the city room of the Daily Planet and proceeds to Editor White's office, where Jimmy is excitedly telling his story.
Well, then Superman set me and Poco down, went back and collected all the Nazis and turned them over to the Eskimos.
Yeah, he did, eh?
Uh-huh. He said... Oh, hello, Mr. Kent.
Hello, Jim. How are you, Chief? Stop interrupting.
What?
Go on, Olson. You say Superman turned the Nazis over to the Eskimos?
Uh-huh. He said the Eskimos could hold trials for the Nazis and do whatever they wanted. He said that was only fair because it was the Eskimos' land and the Nazis had invaded and enslaved them, and now the Eskimos were liberated. It was up to them to settle their own affairs.
Well, I think Superman did exactly right.
Nice of you to say so, Chief.
Are you being sarcastic, Kent?
Who, me?
Yes, you. And that reminds me. Where have you been for the past 24 hours?
Why, I was looking for Jim and Poco.
Looking for them where? In my backyard?
Well, not exactly, no.
Well, that's the last place I saw you.
Well,
And while you were beating the bushes around my house for Olson and Poco, they were at the North Pole.
yes, I know.
You know.
Yes. And I know about Superman defeating the Nazis' latest secret weapon, the hot iceberg.
Hot icebergs. That's pretty good, Mr. Kent.
You would think so, Olson. How'd you know about it, Kent?
I was here when Superman brought Jim and Poco back in the space shell a couple of hours ago, while you and Lois were still looking for them. Where's Poco, by the way?
What's the difference where that half-pint pipsqueak is? He went home to clean the house and cook my dinner. That's where he is.
Oh, so you're a slave to your stomach, eh?
Who's a slave to his stomach?
You're a slave to your stomach. You said Poco was out of his mind and you wouldn't have him around anymore. You were even talking about sending him to an institution.
That was before Poco.
Yes, that was before Poco.
And Olson explained why he was acting so peculiarly.
Yes, so now everything's quiet and peaceful again.
Yes, and it had better remain that way. We're all through with space shells and that sort of nonsense. We're settling down to the business of running a newspaper.
Oh.
Lois is in her office doing a story. Olson, you get to work and write up this crazy North Pole escapade. And you, Kent.
Yes, teacher.
Very, very funny. Now listen to me. I'm going to take no more nonsense from anybody. Is that clear?
Clear as crystal.
All right. Now you come along with me, Kent.
Yes, sir.
And you get that story done, Olson.
Yes, sir.
And another thing. In the future, nobody goes out on an assignment without my permission. But nobody. Now, come on, Kent.
Storming out of the office, Editor White leaves Jimmy speechless and a little puzzled. Why did Perry White particularly mention that no one was to go out on an assignment without his permission? We'll know in a moment, so keep listening. And now, back to the adventures of Superman. Jimmy is alone in the empty city room where he has just finished writing his story. He's about to take it to Lois Lane's office when Beanie, the head copy boy, comes rushing toward him, obviously very much excited.
Oh, hi, Beanie. What's cooking?
Hey, Jim, hold up a minute, will you?
Yeah, what's on your mind? And make it snappy, will you?
I think maybe I got a good human interest story for you, Jim. Here, take a look at
No, I'm not interested, Beanie. I just got strict orders.
What do you mean?
Orders from the chief.
What kind of orders?
Well, we can't go out on stories anymore without his okay.
Oh, well, this ain't really a story, Jim. It's just a
Look, I said I'm not interested, Beanie. How many times do I have to tell you?
Okay, brush me off if you want it, but maybe you'll be sorry. This guy may be a goofus, but if he ain't a goofus, then it's the McCoy.
What? I don't get it.
Never mind. Forget all about it. Just forget all about it.
Okay, so I'll forget it.
Shrugging, Jimmy continues on his way to Lois Lane's office, little realizing that the scrap of paper Beanie holds in his hand is the strange key to a baffling mystery. A lot's going to happen beginning Monday, so don't miss it. Tune in, same time, same station for The Adventures of Superman.